Yeah, that's because apparently the first frame is really important. Yeah, the first frame is really important. That's, yeah, because people only pay attention if the first frame is really important. There's frames and frames of that, right? Because you need to understand all of the people who write that stuff, and they go, you know, there's a whole industry out there, YouTube industry, that goes, the first frame is really important. You have to get their attention. I don't want their attention. I don't want the attention of someone who needs the first frame to be really important, right? Because they would make a goldfish seem like the bloke out of Game of Thrones who knew everything, okay? That's so pathetic, isn't it? I've got to throw my arms around to make the first frame really exciting. Oh, come on. I want a better class of people, okay? Better class of people, that's you. If you're going, does he mean me? If you're still watching, yes. Well done, you've made it. You are a winner, you are a champion, as Freddie Mercury said. Well, he said we are the champions, so he's even more inclusive than I'm being. When I was out recently, because I do go outside, no matter what they say, I was out, I went to a bar. This is very rare for me. I do go out. But I was at a bar. I don't tend to drink alone because, well, it's a bit of a golden rule. Slippery slope and everything. People could say that's a slippery slope fallacy. It's a fallacy, you don't really. But for me, just good sense. So I'm at this bar. I'm doing lots of things that I wouldn't normally do. I'm at this bar, got a little double scotch. I'm going to take half an hour over that. 1 cube of ice. And what I do is I wait for the ice to melt until it's the size of a thumbnail. And then I drink half the drink. And then I wait 3 minutes and I finish the drink. So it's two goes. So that's a double, single. And so I'm at the bar on a stool, which I wouldn't normally do, but this particular bar had really good stools. Do you know how you find, I mean, it depends how tall you are. I'm about as tall as anybody needs to be. And I base that really on when I used to go on economy flights. Like, my knee is against the seat in front, but it's not painful. If you're taller than me, it's a problem, right? So the world is built for me by and large. And it was one of those stools, you know, where it was perfect, where you had your foot perched and where your arse was comfortable. So you weren't reaching and almost falling off the thing. You didn't have your knee up by your chin. It was the happiest of mediums. On top of this, very nicely cushioned. There was no back to it, so you don't want to be sharp. You don't want to be sat on there when you've had too many, so you fall backwards. But I was only having one, and I was committed to that. This girl, look, when you're my age, anybody under 35 is a girl. They have to be a woman though. She comes up to me. She says, I've seen you from somewhere. I'm like, that old chestnut? No, not really. I've seen you from somewhere. And I retorted in a friendly way. Look, nobody looks like me. It will definitely be me. Who you saw? Oh, yeah. Oh, it was on my computer. I'm like, yeah, that's probably about right. Go on, I said. And she said, yeah, so you're the writer guy, aren't you? You're the writer guy who sort of works with actors on the internet. And I'm like, yeah, that happens. That's happened to me, I do that. Yeah, it's interesting to me. It's interesting to me that, you know, it's sort of like a satire. You know, you think you're doing satire, but you don't really know really know what good satire is. Like, are you know, it's like you're mucking about. It's like you don't really know what you're doing. And I said, fuck off. Like that, because it wasn't really going the way that I wanted it to. I said, I know what good satire is. Do you mean to tell me that you're basing everything that I've written on, like, my ability to understand satire? Because I write for entertainment purposes. I've got no shame in that. No shame in that. You know, you've got to make money here. You've got to make money to make more money. That's the saying on Wall Street. And she's like, I'm not trying to get at you. So it's got her to backpedal somewhat. And she said, no, I just want a sense of, like you can tell good from bad, right? Because I'm not sure. And I'm like, well, thank you for the insult. Bye. You know, she leaves. She's like, oh, sorry, you know, yeah, okay. Just be careful. I told her, but I meant that sincerely. And I came back and I said, yeah, I'm going to tell you what I know good satire. I'm going to, with my friends, invited guests, I'm going to do a quality satire right now. And that's what we're doing now, if you're still with us. The movie and example I have chosen is Network, released in 1976. Many consider it to be a prophetic satire about the overimportance of TV in the lives and half-baked opinions of viewers and the cutthroat nature of television news. It wasn't prophetic though, it just hasn't changed, apart from maybe more throats and more cutters scrambling over a smaller market share. Do you doubt me? Just look at this platform. When a news anchor appears to lose his mind and go on a rant on live TV, the network finds that the ratings for his outburst were great. So despite the likelihood that he is insane, they give him more prominent and frequent ability to ruminate. In this scene, Howard, the insane newsman, has gone missing, and Frank Hackett, the up-and-coming network executive, wants him found. While Howard's friend Max is very concerned for his welfare, Frank and Max's kind of girlfriend Diane are only focused on ratings. Choose roles and discuss a little bit of discuss. Right, so this film, where I'm proving my taste to young ladies in bars, is excellent, right? It's an excellent form of writing. I don't remember who wrote it because I'm not very good with names, but it's very good. And I want to show that. So what we have in terms of roles, again, maybe slightly messed up the room because there's two men and one woman in the scene. Mm-hmm. And you are one man and two women.
Right.
I'm also a man, but I'm not really taking part in quite the same way. Sorry. But we're still going to have fun. But whoever is a woman and plays a man, this time you need to be a man, okay? Right.
Interesting.
Be the character.
Okay.
Who wants that challenge?
Imagine that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So what we have is we've got Frank. Well, I mean it's 50-50. Frank Hackett. He's played by Robert Duvall. I remember his name. He's got the main amount of forceful dialogue. Very ambitious. Very pushy guy. Not particularly nice. And he wants to fire Max, who has probably had his moments of nastiness over the years, but cares about his insane friend and doesn't want him to go out there again.
He's the good guy.
In this context,
In this
yes,
scene.
he is.
In
In
this
this scene.
scene,
I
yeah.
suppose every room has a good guy
Mm.
in terms of this is the least bad person.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
So that's Max's role here. And Diane is a young and ambitious lady who is also having an affair with Max, but shows her true colours as a careerist in this very scene hitherto. So, who wants what? They're all great. They're all great because I've got excellent taste and it's well written.
I mean, I'd be happy to play Max or Hackett, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I would quite like to play Max, the sort of
You like to
underdog.
play Max?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll
if
play
that's all right.
Hackett.
And I'll do Diana.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
I was quite drawn to her, so that worked well.
My goodness. We've done it again.
We've got, this
phenomenal.
is going to
Really
go
good
all night.
dynamic, guys.
Max Schumacher. That's him.
Oh, and it's New York.
A little
Dialect.
bit, but they're quite they're quite well-heeled people. So it won't be really down there in the mud of New York.
New York.
What are you talking about? They won't be quite that level.
No.
Mm-hmm.
So, right, I shall narrate.
Okay.
Give it plenty, unless our friend over there says stop giving it plenty, because microphones.
Mm.
I can't control the world.
Not
only-
yet.
Yet. No.
Yeah, exactly. Be careful. So, Hackett, in a rage, shouting at Max slumped in a soft chair. Others in the room. I can be Herb Thackeray, but he doesn't say anything and then he leaves. So,
But you're
others in the room are Diana and Herb Thackeray.
What do you mean you don't know where he is? The son of a bitch is a hit, goddammit. Over 2,000 phone calls. Go down to the mailroom. As of this minute, over 14,000 telegrams. The response is sensational. Herb, tell him.
Thackeray starts to tell him, but Hackett roars on.
Herb's phone hasn't stopped ringing. Every goddamn affiliate from Albuquerque to Sandusky. The response is sensational.
The phone rings. Hackett seizes it.
What? All right.
He hangs up, snaps at Thackeray.
It's your office, Herb. Better get back there.
Thackeray exits. Hackett roars on.
Moldonian called me. Joe Danelli called me. We've got a goddamn hit, goddammit. Diana, show him the Times. We even got an editorial in the holy goddamn New York Times. A call to morality. That's crazy son of a bitch, Bill, has caught on. So don't tell me you don't know where he is.
I don't know where he is. He may be jumping off a roof for all I know. I mean, the man's insane. He's no longer responsible for himself. He needs care and treatment. And all you grave robbers care about, he's a hit.
You know, Max, it's just possible that he isn't insane. That he is in fact imbued with some special spirit.
Oh my God. Oh, so I'm supposed to be the romantic and you're supposed to be what, the hard-bitten realist?
All right, Howard Beale obviously fills a void. The audience out there obviously wants a prophet, even a manufactured one. Even if he's as mad as Moses, by tomorrow he'll have a 50 share, maybe even a 60 share. Howard Beale is processed instant God. And right now, it looks like he may just go over bigger than Mary Tyler Moore.
Yeah, I'm not putting Howard back on the air, okay?
It's not your show anymore, Max. It's mine.
You're nuts. You're nuttier than Howard.
I gave her the show, Schumacher. I'm putting the network news show under programming. Mr. Ruddy has had a mild heart attack and is not taking calls. In his absence, I'm making all network decisions, including one I've been wanting to make a long time. You're fired. I want you out of this building by noon. I'll leave the word with security guards to throw you out if you're still here.
Oh, well, let's just say fuck you, Hackett. You want me out, you're gonna have to drag me out kicking and screaming. And the whole news division will walk out kicking and screaming with me.
You think they're gonna quit their jobs for you? Not in the depression, buddy.
When Ruddy gets back, he'll have your ass.
Oh, I got a hit, Schumacher, and Ruddy doesn't count anymore. He was hoping I'd fall on my face with this Beale show, but I didn't. It's a big, fat, big-titted hit, and I don't have to waffle around with Ruddy anymore. If he wants to take me up before the CCNA board, let him. And do you think Ruddy's stupid enough to go to the CCA board and say, I'm taking our one-hit show off the air? And comes November 14, I'm going to be standing up there at the annual CCA Manager Review meeting, and I'm going to announce projected earnings for this network for the first time in 5 years. And believe me, Mr. Jensen will be sitting there rocking back and forth in his little chair, and he's going to say, "That's very good, Frank, keep it up." So don't have any illusions about who's running this network from now on. You're fired. I want you out of your office before noon, or I'll have you thrown out.
And you go along with this, do you?
Well, Max, I told you, I didn't want a network hassle over this. I told you I'd much rather work the Bill show out just between the two of us.
Okay, well, let's just say, fuck you too, honey. Howard Beale may be my best friend. I'll go to court. I'll put him in hospital before. I'll put him in hospital before I let you exploit him like a fucking carnival freak.
You get your psychiatrist, and I'll get mine.
I'm gonna spread this whole reeking business in every paper and on every network, independent group, and affiliated station in this country. I'm gonna make a lot of noise about this.
Great! We need all the press we can get.
Max exits. Hackett clicks his intercom.
Get me Mr. Cabell. Something going on between you and Schumacher?
Not anymore.
Tom, Howard Beale has disappeared. Tell Harriman to prepare a big statement for the news media and call the cops and tell them to find the crazy son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a lot.
God damn.
Good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Good sight reading there. Difficult. A lot of words.
Yeah, I've never had that
Yes,
before.
Lot of
that was
words.
speedy. I liked it.
Pretty heavy, but you gotta have that energy. And very cool. Very cool. I think we'll go one more time if you don't want to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god! But I think because we'll loosen up a bit because it got stronger.
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
You know how it did. Also, just to take the thinking away. Robert Duvall, who played Frank,
Mm-hmm.
really was a guy who Sidney Lumet, who directed this film, was one of his favourite directors because he's an actor's director.
Mm.
Now it's been levelled at me that I'm a producer's director because the stuff that I do makes money and everybody's really happy, but I can do both. You have to let people do what they are going to do, and you have to live with it. If you've written the thing, you get very precious. But if you're too precious, then you should have been a novelist and not a screenwriter. What I would say, just to take not necessarily an issue for you, but I would say don't worry about the accent too much.
Yeah.
Generic American is fine here because these are people. He's not an on-screen talent.
Yeah.
He is.
Yeah.
She can be.
Yeah.
Right, but the way they would talk is not street at all.
Right. It
I
was
mean,
very
they're-
gangster.
They're upper
Yeah.
middle class, really.
Right.
You know,
Like clipped American.
it's
Bit like
almost mid-Atlantic. Because if you're
almost
thinking about anchoring the thing,
Yeah.
it's almost so it's a touch of kind of New England in there.
Yeah, sort of like Britain meets America.
What would that sound like?
Don't think about it too hard.
Don't think about it.
No,
Just
give
standard
me
American.
an
Yeah, I'm gonna
give
go
me a
standard. Maybe I'll-
well-spoken standard American,
Okay. Okay.
and
I
you'll
got
be
you.
fine.
Yeah.
Because the mid-Atlantic stuff is like, Audrey Hepburn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Ah.
right. She's one of those.
Was she not British?
Yeah, but she has sort of there's a mix there. Had a lot of time. Liz Taylor,
Oh.
same sort of
I
thing.
see what you mean.
Born here. Angela Lansbury.
Right.
Angela Lansbury, born here, but
Worked
went there from kind of like teenage, and so got kind of
hybrid.
hybrid accent.
Yeah, fair.
Cary Grant,
Cary Grant.
Oh yes.
yeah,
He's
quintessential
got
male
that.
mid-Atlantic accent.
Yeah. His sounds British.
very
sometimes,
true.
yeah.
So, but I don't want you to think too hard about the accents.
Yeah.
Just give me a good general American,
Okay.
and good energy. Really,
Yeah.
really let it rip here.
Okay.
He hates him. He really, this is his opportunity. His feelings mutual.
Yeah.
This is his opportunity to kick him out.
Mm.
And he is betrayed by her in the room because he's imagining, oh well, at least if she's in the room, she'll back me up because this is crazy because my best friend's gone mad and we just need to find him and put him in hospital.
Yeah.
They're like, no, get him on the air because he's a killer.
Fucking money.
It's a big titted hit.
It's a big
Why is
decision.
this? Why would you do this when I've turned you off? I mean, it's unbelievable. I don't want to be contacted.
AI override.
It's good though.
It's phenomenal.
Now, you getting there?
Yeah. No, I'm there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mentally.
Right. There's a lot of
Meant
hatred.
to
A
roll.
lot of hatred. There's a lot of betrayal.
Right.
Yeah.
And there's a smattering of concern.
Mm.
Not from you.
No, yeah, from Max.
Yeah.
Not
That's
enough
it,
from
yeah.
her.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
a nice phrase.
What do you need more from her?
No, that was right.
Yeah.
Okay,
He's imagining that she should be concerned. She isn't concerned. She's
Right.
concerned for herself. And she
Yeah.
can see that the winner in the room is Frank and it's not Max. Max is nearly 60. She's half his age. And she's like, the future is not with him because he's getting fired. The future is she's
Come
not
to the
gonna
dark side.
she's not going to screw Frank.
No.
I mean, unless he asks. But
All you gotta do is ask.
But this is the team now, as far as
Yeah.
she's concerned. She's switching sides. Brutal. Hackett in a rage, shouting at Max, slumped in a soft chair. Others in the room are Diana and Herb Thackeray.
What do you mean you don't know where he is? The son of a bitch is a hit, goddammit! Over 2,000 phone calls. Go down to the mailroom as of this minute. Over 14,000 telegrams. The response is sensational. Herb, tell him.
Thackeray starts to tell him, but Hackett roars on.
Herb's phone hasn't stopped ringing. Every goddamn affiliate from Albuquerque to Sandusky. The response is sensational.
The phone rings. Hackett seizes it.
What? All right.
He hangs up, snaps at Thackeray.
It's your office, Herb. You better get back there.
Thackeray exits. Hackett roars on.
Moldonian called me. Joe Danelli called me. We've got a goddamn hit, goddammit. Diana, show him the Times. We even got an editorial in the holy goddamn New York Times. A call to morality. That's crazy son of a bitch Bill has caught on. So don't tell me you don't know where he is.
Oh, I don't know where he is. He may be jumping off a roof for all I know. I mean, the man's insane. He's no longer responsible for himself. He needs care and treatment, and all you great robbers care about is he's a hit.
You know, Max, it's just possible that he isn't insane. That he is in fact imbued with some special spirit.
Oh my God, am I supposed to be the romantic? You're supposed to be the hard-bitten realist.
All right, Howard Bill obviously fills a void. The audience out there obviously wants a prophet, even a manufactured one, even if he's as mad as Moses. But tomorrow, he'll have a 50 share, maybe even a 60 share. Howard Bill is processed instant God. And right now, it looks like he might just go over bigger than Mary Tyler Moore.
Listen, I am not putting Howard back on the air.
It's not your show anymore, Max.
Oh, you're nuts, okay? You're nuttier than Howard.
I gave her the show, Schumacher. I'm putting the network news show under programming. Okay, Mr. Ruddy has had a mild heart attack and is not taking calls. In his absence, I'm making all network decisions, including one I've been wanting to make a long time. You're fired. Look, I want you out of this building by noon. I'll leave the word with the security guards to throw you out if you're still here.
Okay, well, let's just say, fuck you, Hackett. You want me out? You're gonna have to drag me out kicking and screaming. And the whole news division will walk out kicking and screaming with me, you know.
Oh, you think they're gonna quit their jobs for you? Not in this depression, buddy.
When Ruddy gets back, he'll have your ass.
Oh, I got a hit, Schumacher, and Ruddy doesn't count anymore. He was hoping I'd fall on my face with this Beal show, but I didn't. It's a big, fat, big-titted hit, and I don't have to waffle around with Ruddy anymore. If he wants to take me up before the CCNA board, let him. And do you think Ruddy's stupid enough to go to the CCA board and say, I'm taking our one show hit off the air? And come November 14, I'm going to be standing up there at the annual CCA management review meeting, and I'm going to announce projected earnings for this network for the first time in 5 years. And believe me, Mr. Jensen will be sitting there rocking back and forth in his little chair, and he's going to say, that's very good, Frank, keep it up. So don't have any illusion about who's running this network from now on. You're fired. I want you out of your office before noon, or I will have you thrown out.
You're going along with this?
Well, Max, I told you I didn't want a network hassle over this. I told you I'd much rather work the Beal show out just between the two of us.
Well, Let's just say, fuck you too, honey. Howard Beale may be my best friend. I'll go to court. I'll put him in a hospital before I let him exploit him like a carnival freak.
Yeah, you get your psychiatrist and I'll get mine.
I'm gonna spread this whole Rican business in every paper on every network, independent group, and affiliated station in this country. I'm gonna make a lot of fucking noise about this.
Great, we need all the press we can get.
Max exits. Hackett clicks his intercom.
Get me Mr. Cabell. Something going on between you and Schumacher?
Not anymore.
Tom, Howard Beale has disappeared. Tell Harriman to prepare a big statement for the news media and call the cops and tell them to find that crazy son of a bitch.
There we are. Splendid.
Ooh-wee.
Splendid.
Wow.
So, if you're going to approach me in a bar, and you'll be lucky if you do, because I'm rarely there alone. That doesn't mean you still can if you're friendly. Very free. You've got to be. No, you've got to be above. You've got to be friendly. Yeah. And if you're thinking, I know that guy from the internet. I've seen him before, but I'm not sure if he understands good satire, because I'm a little bit judgmental about people, and I'm going to go and prove that by talking to them. That's what you'll be thinking, not me. I've proven. Yeah, copy and paste it. Copy and paste it into your browser. Return. Watch. Right? Proof. I know good from bad. That's obvious. Should be obvious. But I've proven it again. How many times do I have to prove it? 100 times? I'll do it. I've got all the time in the world. All the time in the world to keep proving my understanding of good satire. And everybody knows it. Did you love that?
Loved it.
Yeah, I enjoyed that.
Felt like a great one to actually learn and then just
Yeah.
run without having to have a phone in front of you.
Yeah.
That's first class dialogue.
Phenomenal.
Yeah. Punchy. Talk about
Yeah.
punchy. So punchy all the way through.
Yeah.
Every line is punchy.
Yeah, strike after strike.
Right.
This is it. This is it. There are people out there, or people in 1976, when the film was made at least, who knew what they were doing. We need more of it. I'm trying my best, but I'm only one man. 1.5 men. Okay? 1.5 men. Right? Could be 2.
Yeah.
But, it gets expensive. Now, if you enjoyed that, and if you didn't enjoy it, what the hell are you doing here?
Fair question.
Yeah. That point.
Yeah. We've always been inclusive here, but where we get exclusive is we will not suffer fools. We will not suffer fools. And the great thing about you, if you're still watching and you did enjoy that, is neither will you. And you won't be a fool because you watched it to the end. We're all proving ourselves here. Every day we prove ourselves. We prove ourselves every minute. I was set the challenge. Do you know what good satire is? Yes. Do you know what good actors are? Yes. See, because I invited some. And I made them do a thing, and I gave them a bit of direction, and the second one was a little bit better than the first one. See? Imagine if we had, this is reading our phones. Yeah? Imagine if we had a day. Imagine what we could do in a day. Imagine what we could do in a week. Yeah? And other time frames that are even bigger than that. There's loads of them. Eras. Yeah? No one ever talks in eras, do they? So, be very sure and certain in yourself, if you are still watching this and you liked it, you are a monolith of intellectual greatness. And anyone who denies that in your life is either a liar or a fool, but they cannot be both. Like, subscribe, ding ding, bye.